Dave. First of all, I got to start with Kershaw. Yesterday you said it seems like he's going to be back sometime in September. Is it a little bit more than soreness now? Did he aggravate something? What's kind of the latest with him?
It's just soreness. All the scans are clean. It's just right now there's some soreness in the elbow. So you look at where we're at, trying to get it all to dissipate, and the build-up progression, what it will take. Just a simple math puts us, at the beginning of September. So I think right now we just want to make sure it's out, the soreness, and then when he picks up a baseball, we can start building up and go from there.
So you guys it sounds like you guys are optimistic he can start playing catch and kind of throwing, picking up a baseball relatively soon.
I am, yes. But I don't know which day, but yes, but relatively soon, certainly.
And then what's the latest with Gonson? And obviously he's a guy who you guys might need in the rotation. And until then, is he something in the same timeline, or is he a little bit sooner? What's the latest with him?
I think with Tony, it hasn't been as long since he hasn't picked up a baseball, but right now he's shut down. So however long that takes for him to resume throwing, that'll kind of determine where he's at as far as his time to return.
And then Trea Turner, you guys expecting him tomorrow, and where do you think he'll play his first game?
So Trey is in town, just saw him, and really excited to see him. We're trying to get clearance from Major League Baseball as far as all the testing and the workup and things like that, so he could potentially be active for us tonight. So that'll be, I guess, a game time decision. And if he is, he'll come off the bench or be on the bench to start tonight's game, be available. And if he's not, then we'll activate him tomorrow and he'll start at second base.
Thanks, Dave.
Yep.
Next question's from Fabian Ardaya. Go ahead.
Hey, Dave. Trey has played second and center in his career. Is the plan mostly for him to be at second?
It is. It's second base. And when Corey gets a day off, then we'll move him. We'll slide Trey over to short, then back over second base.
And obviously, that sort of displaces Chris Taylor. How do you sort of see his playing time shaking out, and how does that sort of interplay with possibly Bellinger, who's not in the lineup tonight?
I think Chris will be in some center field, some left field, and then we're going to get him over there taking some balls at third base as well.
Would it be sort of a platoon situation with Cody, or how do you sort of see that breaking out?
Well, I think right now we have a lot of good players, and I see for in the near term, I see Cody playing against right-handers. We've got a lot of very good options to play against some lefties, as you can see tonight, and you'll see somewhat of that on Sunday. Our encouragement is to get him right with his mechanics, the strength in the arm. But yeah, every single night there's going to be a great player that's not getting the start, and that's just kind of where we're at. And I'll divvy up playing time with workload. But right now, where we're at on the schedule, we have to win baseball games. We're 4 games back in the loss column, and we got to win. So, every single night, with respect to workload and workload management, I need to put the best guys out there that I feel can win a ball game that night.
And what have you seen out of Cody recently? I know he had that double the other way. That sort of what you've been talking about with us over the course of the year. What have you seen out of him the last week or so?
I see continued fight. I can see continued work, consistent work. And that's what I see. And I think that the results will continue to show. And we're here, and we just got to continue to keep getting his work, keep striking that shoulder, and then expect good things to happen.
Next question is from Ron Kavner. Go ahead.
Hey, Dave, you mentioned, I know you wanted to talk to Trey before kind of figuring out all the positioning. What was that just kind of conversation like, just talking to him about, where he might play defensively?
It was just more, number one, welcoming him. I got a chance to talk to him. Andrew got a chance to talk to him and saw some of his teammates, some coaches, and basically just asking him his preference on the defensive side, knowing that obviously we view him as a premier shortstop, one of the, a superstar player in the game. But we value Corey at shortstop, and Trey's potential versatility with his athleticism allows for some different things. So his preference and thought was to stay on the dirt, and which made complete sense to me. So that was kind of that. And now you're talking about the batting order, and it's kind of talking to some guys and figuring out where they're comfortable. But I want to make sure Trea's comfortable. This is something different for him as far as the trade, and getting him comfortable is really important for him and the Dodgers.
Thank you.
Last one's from Mike DiGiovanna. Go ahead.
Hey, Dave, I was going to ask you exactly what Rowan just did, but I'll just sort of add, how did he sort of receive, playing second base on a regular basis?
He embraced it. I think that obviously his choice is, he sees himself as a shortstop, and as he should. But understanding our roster, second base was certainly makes sense to him, and he feels that and understands it gives us the best chance to win a championship.